Hello, I'm back. I wanted to show you how I put together a little treat cup for craft fairs. I'm never home, but this year I finally will be, so I am putting together these little treat bags for craft fair coming up. So I wanted to show you how I did it. There's a previous video on how I cut the cover so that I could have 6 of them cut at one time. I do the same thing here with the little strip. Just to show you the products we're using, we have the mini coffee cover dies. This retails at $15. You get the 2 dies, one for the cover, one for the insulator. Later I'll show a video on how to texture the insulator. And then of course there's the mini cups with their lids that I sell. And I seem to have misplaced an extra lid, so let me find one of those. I did put on my headset, so hopefully you can hear me better than the last video. Alright, ta-da, we have a lid. Alright, and we have our little circle for the lid. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how I assembled it, and I'm going to show you what's in it. So on Amazon, I found these little 1-ounce cups. I went and looked up how much was in a packet of hot cocoa for a serving, and it's 0.73 ounces about. So this is an ounce. It wouldn't have to be all the way full, and that would give you a complete serving of cocoa, especially if someone happens to use a bigger mug. So that's going to fit down in here. And I didn't like the idea of doing everything in a K-cup because not everybody has a Keurig yet. I have these little 2x2 baggies. I put a dozen marshmallows in it. And then I found these Redbird candy peppermints at the Dollar Tree, and it says there's 24 servings per bag, so 24 for $1. And I like these as a mint in a coffee or a cocoa because they dissolve faster, so that's going to fit in there. And then I forgot Hershey's Kisses. I know a lot of people like to put chocolate in there too, even just to eat if you don't put it in your cocoa, but that would be what is all in the cup. So I will set this aside, and I will show you how I do the cup to make it simply. So I'm using the Plus Tape roller. If you don't know about Plus Tape rollers, you can ask me about it. I love them because they are really easy to replace. As you can see, I have a pink holder, but I have a blue refill. What I love about it is that no matter what kind of holder you buy, what color holder you buy, it fits all of the refills. So if you can't find a refill at your store or find out online, then you can use any. So on one side I'm going to put a full strip of the Plus Tape, and on this side I'm just going to put a little dab. The little dab side I'm going to line up with the edge of the cup, and I like to do it right at the seam. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it all the way that way so that the bottom edge is even if it's buckling a little at the rim of the cup. They're not always made exactly the same. And then as I wrap this around, take my thumbnail and just run it under and tuck it underneath. So we're going to pull tension on this wrapper, and then we're going to again kind of tuck it up underneath, get my bottom edge straight, rub that down, and just smooth it out so that way it covers all the way and I don't have overlap on the bottom of the cup. They're not perfectly even all the way around sometimes when they're rolled, so you don't see that with the lid on it. What I love about the Plus Tape is it is a pressure sensitive adhesive. You can remove it if you need to move it, but once you rub that down it pretty much stays put. I'll use the dark colored one here. We'll put a little bit on one side. Actually, we'll put a little bit on both sides because we want this to stay down. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to start over here, but I'm holding it back here, not where the tape is. Okay, because what I'm going to do is wrap it around and then kind of slide it and make it even. Oh yeah, and I forgot. We want to go under this way. I like my seams to line up. It looks more professional. So before I stick that down, I just am going to slide it around, get it even. And then I've stuck it down, but I'm going to just slide it. Make sure it's up towards the top of the cup, and then we'll press it in place. Okay. Then this little circle was cut with my coffee circle dies. I'm currently out of stock on those, but they were made so that all the little dies in there you can layer with, and this perfectly fits on the top. So since there's just this little flat part here, hopefully you can see, I am going to put my tape, whoops, gotta have the color part facing your thumb, We'll put most of it right up here, and then kind of line it up with the words oriented with that mouth opening, even though no one's going to actually drink out of this. Slide it around. Close enough, right? So then we would stick our cocoa, if it was actually in there. Our little bag of marshmallows. I do have these little bags for sale. They are food safe. If somebody does need them, just let me know in the comments. I'll squeeze the air out of that. So then that's our mint, and we would have our chocolate in there if we so desired, and then we would put the top on it, and I like to make sure it's oriented away from the seam. Then we have box bottom candy box bags. These were made for the box topper, and Catherine Cusick, a friend of mine and a customer in Puyallup, Washington, she told me that these cups fit perfectly in there. So here we go. We will, maybe, I'm not very dexterous these days. I'm out of practice. Come on, you, cooperate. You know, it would work a million times if I wasn't trying to show somebody on film how to work it. Could you just go in there? Thank you. If the cocoa was in here, it would be a little bit heavier also. And then I'm just going to orient that way. Alright, so I'll show you how I do my bows too, because everyone says, oh, how do you get your bows so even? And where's my ribbon? Cut a piece of ribbon. So I do it backwards. Instead of laying it this way and doing the bow towards me, I'm actually going to stand it up, and maybe we will wrap this around this way and pull it tight. And then when I have everything in there that I want in there, I would tie it in a knot. That way it doesn't move. So now I have it secured. I'm going to make bunny ears. Again, I'm working backwards. I hope I'm in the right part of the camera here. And I'm going to just do the bunny ears and then let go of that one, and that tail you can see flips over. Pull it tight. And then you can fuss with it just a little. Sometimes you have to untwist it. You know, the first one I did turned out perfectly, but you know how it is. So just untwist it. Okay. That gives me my little bow. And I don't know if you're like me, I fuss with them until they look perfect, and then I throw it in a container to take it somewhere and it gets squashed. So then we're just gonna snip the tails. I like to snip the tails a little uneven. Alright, so hopefully that was explainable and was really quick. If you do put a Hershey's Kiss in there or any kind of chocolate that has nuts, you might want to make a little tag that says contains nuts, and you can tape that on the bottom here to kind of keep that more flat. Of course, like I said, when it has all of the stuff in it that it's supposed to have in it, it does sit down better on the tabletop. And of course you can add your little logo-y thing there. I'm not sure what I'm doing for mine yet, but I just wanted to show basically how the dies worked. So we have these items here that we've used. Thanks for joining me. I hope to be making a lot more of these videos, and I hope they're quick, easy, and helpful for you. Happy stamping!